interesting that we were squawking about Netflix back here. So anybody who did take that Netflix trade, here is probably a really good example. Stock's absolutely cratering. How long does it take for these kind of names to actually turn the corner? You can see 110 bars, right? So basically through the entire spring and then coming out into October. Now, what's the news? And ironically enough, if you want it, you can pay a reduced price and you have to sit and watch commercials. Which, ironically enough, is what's the difference between that and cable TV? It's basically the same thing now. Anyway, it looks like the market liked that news, and of course, gaps being filled in. You guys should know what's the statistical probability that that gap got filled in. Could you get yourself a double on this stock off of this beautiful little double bottom down there? $191. So you got to see $400 to get that double off. I don't think that's unrealistic. And I suppose anybody who played the options, they're looking like geniuses now. Anyway, pretty good example of, waiting for markets to absolutely crater. What a surprise. It bottomed right off of 78.6. You always hear Brian talking about his 78.6 fib. Beautiful W within W. Nice breakout, and away we go. If anything, this is probably a really good example. I heard Warren Buffett say recently that he used to be a guy like me who used to go in here and buy all the little junior piece of stocks, and you double, triple, but then a lot of them go off the board, and it's sort of like a mugs game. And he ran into a guy named Charlie Munger, and Charlie Munger taught him to, look for reasonably priced stocks in good quality companies. And I think that's probably what this is an analogy of is, $175 a share, $180 a share. This certainly wasn't cheap, but it's probably a company that's not likely to go out of business. So interesting anecdote there. And a lot of the sort of the bigger companies that we buy and sell, I think there's a similar story with that as well. Versus like Brian comes in and buys these little pharmaceutical pieces of shit, and it's like a total loss. Yeah, sometimes you buy the little pieces of shit and they go up like 10x, and you look like a genius. Sometimes you buy the little pieces of shit and they go right off the board. It does happen in this game, so get used to it. And really, what this is? A good analogy for you is, are you a Bitcoin maxi, right? So a Bitcoin maxi, and I suppose that's heading over to this page now. A Bitcoin maxi would say, I'm just going to concentrate on Bitcoin and just do it big. I'm just going to invest in Bitcoin. I'm not going to take a chance on the shit coins. Interestingly enough, shitcoin, I kind of like this sushi. I like the way that looks. Sior told me, and this was under a direct request from me. I asked if he could just start accumulating some of this sushi. And I got to say that it still looks good, especially in this kind of market state. That chart looks pretty respectable. I don't mind that idea at all right now. So pick your poison. I mean, we all know that when these shit coins go crazy, I mean, it can be quote unquote life-changing events. So do you want to put yourself in a position where you can participate? I mean, I look at that chart and I go, holy that looks like that thing's got a lot of money to be made in it. And I suppose even your, like these EGLD, this thing's been all the rage lately. I don't know. I don't really think there's any huge compelling value story there. But I don't know. I mean, you look at that image, and I suppose this, what is this? This must be the Trex. Oh, that's Kraken. That's an interesting looking chart. Gee whiz. So when crypto does get back and get its act together, what's the odds of this thing going up, doubling, giving you a free trade? I think probably pretty good. Is there a chance that this thing goes right off the board? Yeah, there definitely is that chance. So, caveat emptor. If anything, what you really need to do is you just need to build your plan. You need to listen to all the rhetoric that I've given you, and then you need to say, there's one gentleman in the level 1 course. I told him right now, what you need to be doing is you need to be doing like your personality test. You need to be journaling. You need to be doing your verbal diarrhea. You need to sort of unload all the negative baggage that you've learned over the years. And we need to figure out what type of investor you are. Maybe you're perfectly fine with going in and picking up some of this EGLD. And just your plan is, look, if this thing ever does W, which is just up into this 110 area, I will sell half and I'll just put the other half on a USB drive and just bury it in my backyard. Nothing wrong with that strategy whatsoever.